Many people are introverts. This is a very normal and good way to be. Being an introvert means you get your energy from being alone. After a long day with many people, an introvert feels tired. They need quiet time to feel good again. This is like a phone that needs to charge its battery. For introverts, quiet time is their charger. They enjoy time with friends, but in small groups. They often think a lot before they speak. This is a strength. It means they are thoughtful. Being an introvert is not a problem that needs to be fixed. It is just a different way of being in the world, and it is a powerful one. But sometimes, a person can feel, well, over-introverted. This is when being an introvert feels very hard. It is more than just liking quiet time. An over-introverted person might feel very scared or stressed around other people. They might avoid social situations all the time, even when they want to go. This feeling can be so strong that it makes it difficult to do everyday things. For example, going to the store or making a phone call can feel like a huge challenge. They might feel lonely because it is so hard to connect with others, even though deep down they might want that connection. This feeling of being over-introverted is not the same as just being a quiet person. It is when your need for alone time becomes so large that it starts to control your life in a negative way. You might miss out on happy events like a friend's birthday party because the thought of being there is too much. It's like your internal battery is always at 1%, and any social activity threatens to shut it down completely. This can make a person feel stuck. They want to be part of the world, but their own feelings are like a big wall that is hard to climb over. Understanding this difference is very important. Being an introvert is about where you get your energy. Being over-introverted is when this trait becomes so extreme that it causes you distress and makes your world feel smaller. It is not about being shy, though some people can be both. It is a deep feeling of being overwhelmed by the social world. Acknowledging this feeling is the first step. It helps you understand that you are not broken. You just need to find a way to manage these very strong feelings so they do not stop you from living a full and happy life. Let's look more closely at the difference between being an introvert and being over-introverted. An introvert enjoys their alone time. They might choose to read a book on a Friday night instead of going to a big party. They feel happy and refreshed after this quiet time. They can go to the party if they want to, but they might leave early. They enjoy talking with one or two good friends. They listen carefully and think before they speak. An introvert is comfortable with their need for quiet. It is a part of who they are, and it does not usually cause them pain or anxiety. An over-introverted person, on the other hand, feels a strong need to be alone that is often driven by anxiety. They don't just prefer to be alone. They feel like they must be alone to feel safe. The idea of going to a party might not just seem tiring, but terrifying. They might spend days worrying about a social event. They may cancel plans at the last minute, not because they are tired, but because they are overwhelmed by fear. This is a key difference. The introvert chooses quiet for comfort, while the over-introvert seeks quiet to escape a feeling of dread. Think about a simple trip to a coffee shop. An introvert might go, order their coffee, and sit at a quiet table. They might enjoy watching people from a distance. They are in a social space, but are comfortable in their own little bubble. They feel calm. For an over-introverted person, the same trip can be very stressful. They might worry about what to say to the barista. They might feel like everyone is watching them. They might be so anxious that they decide not to go at all and just stay home, even if they really wanted a coffee. The main difference is the feeling behind the action. For an introvert, social interaction uses up energy. For an over-introvert, social interaction can cause real fear and anxiety. An introvert recharges with alone time. An over-introvert avoids people to prevent feeling bad. Being an introvert is a personality trait. Being over-introverted is when that trait is so extreme that it limits your life and happiness. It's the difference between wanting to go home after a party and being too afraid to even leave your home for the party. Let's imagine some everyday situations for someone who is over-introverted. Think about a simple conversation at work or school. Someone might ask, "How was your weekend?" An introvert might give a short, thoughtful answer. They might say, "It was good, very relaxing. I read a book." An over-introverted person might panic. Their mind might go blank. They worry that their answer is not interesting enough. They might say, "Fine," and quickly look away, hoping the conversation ends immediately. The fear of saying the wrong thing can be paralyzing, making even small talk feel like a major test. Another example is answering the phone. For many people, this is a simple, quick task. For an over-introverted person, a ringing phone can cause a jolt of anxiety. They might see who is calling and feel their heart beat faster. They worry about not knowing what to say or having to make a decision on the spot. So, they often let the call go to voicemail, even if it is from a friend. They tell themselves they will call back later, but the thought of making the call is so stressful that they keep putting it off. This can make friends feel ignored and can make the over-introverted person feel guilty and even more isolated. Group conversations are also very difficult. In a meeting or a group of friends, an over-introverted person often stays completely silent. It is not because they have nothing to say. In fact, their mind might be full of ideas, but the pressure of finding the right moment to speak is too much. They worry about interrupting someone. They worry that people will judge their idea. So they wait, and the moment passes. Afterward, they might feel frustrated with themselves for not speaking up. This can happen over and over, making them feel invisible and unheard. Even a trip to the grocery store can be a challenge. An over-introverted person might plan their trip for a time when the store is empty, like late at night. They might wear headphones to avoid any potential conversations. If they need help finding something, they might spend a long time looking for it on their own instead of asking an employee. The simple act of asking, "Where is the flour?" can feel like a huge social hurdle. These small, everyday moments show how being over-introverted is not just about being quiet. It is about feeling a constant, draining anxiety around other people. If you feel over-introverted, please know that you are not alone, and there are small steps you can take to feel better. The goal is not to become an extrovert. The goal is to feel more comfortable and less anxious in your own skin. One simple tip is to start small. Don't force yourself to go to a huge, loud party. Instead, try a small social challenge. For example, your challenge for the day could be to make eye contact and smile at the person who sells you coffee. The next day, you could try saying thank you and have a good day. These are tiny steps, but they can help build your confidence slowly. Another helpful tip is to prepare a little bit. If you are going to a social event, it is okay to think about a few things you can talk about. You can think of 1 or 2 simple questions to ask others, like, "Have you seen any good movies lately?" Or "Are you working on any interesting projects?" This is not about having a fake script. It is about having a small tool to help you feel less anxious. Knowing you have a question in your back pocket can make it easier to start or join a conversation. It gives you a little bit of control in a situation that feels overwhelming. It is also very important to give yourself permission to leave. You do not have to be the last person at the party. You can decide to stay for just 1 hour. Tell yourself, "I will go, talk to one person, and then I can go home." This makes the event feel less scary because you know you have an exit plan. This is a way of respecting your own energy levels. Celebrating the fact that you went at all is a big win. It is much better to go for a short time than to not go at all because you were too afraid. Be proud of your effort. Finally, be kind to yourself. Your brain is wired to be sensitive, and that is a gift. It means you are thoughtful, observant, and empathetic. But it can also make you feel overwhelmed. After you do something social, give yourself plenty of quiet time to recharge. Do not get angry with yourself if you feel anxious. Instead, treat yourself like a good friend. Say to yourself, "That was hard, but I did it. Now, it is time to rest." Accepting yourself with all your quiet strengths is the most important step. Finding balance is a journey, and every small step forward is a victory.